Good morning. It's day 47. And we did not get the early start that we had thought we wanted. My alarm went off and Corey hunkered further down in his bag, and I half-heartedly nudged him as I silenced my alarm, and we kept on sleeping. And I had the thought process to reset my alarm for 5. The alarm went off. Corey hunkered down in his bag, and I nudged him, and we went back to sleep. And we didn't get up. We didn't actually fully start sitting up until about 6, because we were both just wrecked this morning. I did actually wake up feeling kind of sick. I don't know if I am, but it definitely felt that way this morning. But it could just be, all the, adrenaline and bad food and bad sleep and lots of exercise, and altitude. So, I don't know. But I'm feeling okay now. Still not feeling great. Still feel a little sick, but not so sick I can't move kind of thing. So, it's freezing, really, really freezing out here.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like it's more.
Sleeping bag on.
I feel like it's more cold where we are right now than it was up at 9,000 feet, which is weird. But
Yeah, but it's also we're sitting around outside and there's a wind. That's probably a big difference. But functionally, it is still colder.
it is cold. But yeah, so our plan is to do roughly about 10-ish miles. There's a campsite that's supposed to be decent at 10.7 miles from here. In that time, we lose thousands of feet of elevation.
4,500 feet or something.
So it's going to be very downhill.
You lose a mountain.
So, yeah, we're hoping to do this next stretch in 2 days, today and tomorrow. So we are just, even with the late-ish start, we're pretty much all packed up for the most part. Just gotta do the tent. I'm finishing up some breakfast, and we are going to get moving. Looking forward to, we were looking at Cabazon, and apparently there is an In-N-Out and a Taco Bell and a Chipotle and a Cold Stone and a Panda Express
We might eat all
and a bunch of food. And so now we're like, ooh, food. It's all crap food, but we're really excited about it.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
us, though, it's good. It's
Last night, I was telling Corey, I'm like, Taco Bell. I'm going to get 2 of the Taco Supreme meals, so that's 6 tacos, and a 7-layer burrito, and a large soda,
and
maybe a
I'm gonna get
nachos.
grilled stuffed burrito and 2 chicken chalupas and 2 beef tacos. And I feel like there's something else that has been forgotten, but
Yeah.
I have time to figure that out.
So I'm pretty sure he's hitting hiker hunger at this point. He is just constantly talking about food and eating ridiculous amounts of
I'm a
food.
big person, and these are big hills.
So I'm pretty sure that he's hitting hiker hunger at this point. I don't think I am yet. I think I am still very much under eating.
That's true.
Given that yesterday I had...
We'll get to evening, and she's like, I had a bar. And I'm like, what the fuck? Eat.
Yesterday I had a bar after we were already a mile into our hike. Ah! Why are you biting my
Hungry. Not really.
So I had a bar, and then we got here and I had 2/3 of a backpacker's pantry mac and cheese, and which was gloriously wonderful. And then I think I had a little bit of trail mix, and that was it yesterday. Way under eating still.
Yeah, so work on that peanut butter one.
I am. But yeah, so the hope is that we'll hit about 10-ish miles today. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat and I will check in later today. Well, we're back on trail and starting the day with spectacular views. Really, really beautiful, and it looks so far down. So far, there hasn't been any snow, and I'm sure I am jinxing myself by saying that, but no snow, and we're just going down to Cabazon, literally downhill all day today and all day tomorrow. I am so very happy about that. So, on we go. I'm sure views get boring after a while when you're just watching videos, but
too bad for you. You watching,
Whoa.
so that's up to you.
This is an insane way to start the day. We think we're going to that building right there. That little area right there. We're not sure, but we think that's Cabazon. Could be entirely wrong. But this is just so cool.
So taking more from right down there.
Alright, so we're about 3 miles into our day. We're actually moving at a real through hiker pace today. We're doing like 2.5, 3 miles an hour. It's mostly downhill and flat with little blips of up, and it's just been absolutely beautiful. I think both of us, but I'm really feeling a lot better today. Just complete shift in mood and mindset. I really think the altitude was really messing with me.
Look where I'm pointing, Jane.
Oh. Corey has a ladybug on him. But I think the altitude was really, really messing with me. I feel like I can take a full breath for the first time in a few days. The uphills, I'm not getting winded on at all. They've just been tiny little blips, but yesterday I would walk 5 feet on a moderately uphill slant, and I would just be so winded I would have to stop and lean over and catch my breath. And I was getting a lot of I'd stop, kind of hyperventilate to catch my breath, and then as soon as that happened, as soon as I caught my breath, I'd get this massive blood rush to the head, and I'd be out of breath again and have to do it again. So I just wasn't feeling great yesterday, and today I'm having no problems not having to stop to catch my breath, not having any problems feeling like I can't breathe. So I'm definitely feeling a lot better. The goal is 10.7 miles today, but we are just gonna see how we feel. Corey's having some problems with his back, but I'm really kind of hoping that we'll hit that 10.7, if not go a little bit further. So we're starting to think about food. We've just been talking about food. all morning, which is normal for being a day or two away from town. But I think we're just both feeling a hell of a lot better today. My mental state's a lot better. I'm feeling less anxious, feeling less down about our mileage, just overall feeling better about the journey and about being out here and ready to actually put feet to the ground and get moving. So
I want to do it in handstands.
we're just stopping here. We're gonna hit water soon, so we're just stopping here to drink up some of the water we're carrying and for Corey to kind of stretch out his back. But we're just taking like 5 minutes to just kind of enjoy some shade, and then we're gonna keep going. So
Point 2 to water.
So we just happened to look at this tree, and it is absolutely
Hundreds.
covered in ladybugs. Like every branch, every bit of it is just
All the way up too.
covered.
You can see some 20 feet above us.
So Corey and I were just looking up at that and realizing that we were in fact, we climbed that. We came from all the way up there. The summit was only like, I think we believe it's like 1.8 off the PCT, like 1,600 feet or something. So, you know, not far from where we were to the summit. So it's just crazy.
We're below 6,000 feet now.
But it's crazy to look back up at that thing and go, we climbed that. We were up there. We didn't summit it, but
We were bloody close.
we
We're
were very close.
More than 3,000 feet down from where we were.
Yeah. But it was kind of funny because we were kind of bummed that we didn't summit, but at the same time, every single person that we have spoken to that has summited said it was horrible and that they would not recommend anybody doing it right now. So we kind of are happy in that decision because apparently it was just sketchy and just not fun. So, and I've had enough snow for at least this week. All right, shall we go?
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Bit of washed out trail. Wasn't too crazy to get over, but definitely makes me nervous. But we can see switchbacks for ways and ways and ways down these hills, so definitely have a little ways to go. Only about just under 5 miles until we were planning to camp. We are cruising today, so really beautiful day, really fantastic trail. That mountain just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm gonna put this away before I fall. So we have about 3 miles to camp, and it's probably like what, 2:30?
3.
3 o'clock. So we have only 3 miles until what we were planning on as camp. But we found out that we have the option to go another 4-ish miles to another campsite. And given that, you know, we're in the last stretch between Jacinto and Cabazon, and apparently a lot of, so in this stretch we're doing a lot of ridge walks, which means there aren't a lot of campsites. So we get the impression that a lot of the people that are hiking around us and hiking past us are going to be staying at one of those 2 campsites tonight. So we're just going to kind of see how we feel. Corey and I are both feeling really good. It's been a pretty decent day. There's been some uphill, but it's mostly been down or flat. Beautiful views, and so we're feeling pretty good. And so 3 miles until the first choice, and then if we get there and it's all full up, or we just feel like we can keep going, then we're just going to keep going to the next one. So it's going to be between 10 and 15 miles today, which is awesome. And we're both feeling really good. Corey's having a little bit of back problems. I've been having a headache on and off today, but it's a really mild headache, and I think it has to do with like my sinuses and all of that. I can tell that we're back down in elevation. I am feeling immensely better, and I am just cruising today. Uphills aren't seeing me huff and puff and having to stop every 50 feet. Like, we're just cruising and it feels really good. So apparently my body does not like uphill, or not uphill, elevation, altitude. I'm tired.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. As Corey keeps saying, he didn't come out here to brain.
No, no brain did not come here for.
No.
What, brain?
So, yeah, so that's pretty much the plan. We just stopped so I could tape up some hot spots that I have on my feet, eat a couple snacks, and that's about it. So we're just packing up and putting our shoes back on, and we're gonna keep on moving. So I think we're both looking forward to hitting some bigger milestones today. In 3-ish miles or so, we'll be hitting 200 miles, which is insane. And if we push for the second campsite, that'll be our first 15 mile day. So really looking forward to that. We have been hearing from everyone around us that they have been seeing rattlesnakes. We have not seen, like today, we have not seen a single rattlesnake the entire time we've been out here. Part of that is because we're loud, and I do have a tendency of like kind of smashing my poles on the ground, partially to scare away the rattlesnakes. So we haven't seen any, but everyone around us has been saying that they've been seeing tons today. So we're gonna have to be careful about that. Yeah, all right, I'll check in when we roll probably up to the 200 mile mark. Woohoo! 200 miles. Babe, we just walked 200 miles. Awesome.
You're my light woman.
recap, we didn't do the 14 to 15 miles. We only did the 10.7. But still a decent day. The reason that we only did the 10.7 is just because we didn't want to be hiking in the dark, and we weren't sure how long we would take to do the additional like 4 or 5 miles. And we were just worried about making sure we had a spot and all of that. But we made it here. It's been a fantastic day. We really felt like we were zooming today.
Easiest time we've had doing 10 plus miles.
Yeah, it was the easiest, 10.7 miles that we've done this entire time.
Far.
Very easy. We did it in decent time. We had a late start today, but even then, we still made it. We took some breaks, and so like considering how much active hiking time versus the mileage, like we're both pretty happy with what we did today. We are in a campsite with like 8 to 10 other hikers, which has probably been the biggest group we've actually camped with since like big towns and things like that. It's the first like big group that we've camped with on trail. Being kind of antisocial today, we kind of were like, hey, picked out a spot, set up tent, and now I'm in bed. Haven't really sat up and hung out with the other hikers, but
Too tired.
towards this, like the last mile, I suddenly was like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I woke up this morning being like, yeah, I think I'm kind of sick. And it's kind of hard to tell out here. There's so much dust in the air that your nose gets kind of gunked up pretty easily. All the elevation changes, all the sun. If you're not on point with your water intake or your food intake, there's a bunch of variables. You're kind of always achy and never quite comfortable. And that's normal out here, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I have been like coughing, and I'm just not quite feeling right. So about a mile ago, I suddenly was like, oh, I'm tired. Like fall over, stumbling into camp kind of tired. And it just kind of hit me upside the head. So I think I'm fine. I think I just am still recovering from the altitude and the last, stretch or two where we've been really working for these miles. So I think I'm just gonna but I think I just need some good sleep and some good water. I'm super dehydrated and I know it. But I'm just doing nothing but daydreaming about like ice cold water and bowls of fruit and a salad and like fresh foods that aren't the usual hiker cravings that are usually like fatty and calorie dense and savory, but right now
lemonade hits me pretty frequently.
Juice is a big thing, but like I can tell I'm kind of like just focused on water based stuff, so I'm super dehydrated. But yeah, so we only have like 8.5 miles or so into Cabazon tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. so bad that we have had to take the fly off the tent so the air will move freely through it, so it won't break the poles and collapse. And it is blowing sand into the tent through the mesh. It's getting in our eyes, and it's getting all over everything. And it's cold. But we are putting some guidelines around some of the poles and hoping to keep them from bowing too much. But it's going to be an eventful night. I had hoped to be asleep hours ago, but the wind had other plans. The one thing that is kind of awesome about this, though, is that it is clear skies and there's nothing but stars, which is just so cool. Absolutely beautiful. But sleeping is going to be